Bonjour! Today we are in our last video for lesson 16, our last lesson for unit 4 in general. So that means you should know there's a quiz coming up and you should know there's a test coming up. First, we're learning a new verb today, and that verb is savoir. Savoir. Savoir means to know. To know. But Miss Harris, you already taught us a verb that says to know. You taught us connaître just a few videos ago. And that is true. But if you'll remember, I taught you that connaître means to know, as in to be familiar with a person or a place. Savoir means to know a fact. Although they will try to trick you on your practice, which we will look at. Okay, it's conjugated like this. It is irregular. Je sais, tu sais, il, elle sait, nous savons, vous savez, ils, elles savent. C'est, savons, savez, savent. Its past participle is su, j'ai su, I knew. Uses avoir as the helping verb, which you knew because it's not a Vandertramp, so it has to use avoir. To know, as in to know a fact, and we're going to look at some uses for it, and when to use connaître and when to use savoir. Okay, the construction savoir plus an infinitive means to know how to do something. For example, savez-vous faire la cuisine? Savez-vous faire la cuisine? Do you know how to do the cooking? Do you know how to cook? If I wanted to ask if you could swim, I might ask, est-ce que vous savez nager? Do you know how to swim? Alright. So, this is the meat of this section of this lesson 16. It's when do I use savoir and when do I use connaître? Because they both mean to know, Miss Harris. You're trying to make my life difficult. I'm not. Connaître is usually used with a person or a place. It is always used with a person or a place. And it means to be familiar with or to know, like, personally. So, je connais Jacqueline. Je connais Jacqueline. I know Jacqueline. Je ne connais pas sa cousine. I don't know her cousin. And this is know as in, like, I know her, I am familiar with her. Right? Connaître is also used with places, as in to be familiar with a place. So, Marc connaît Lyon. Marc knows Lyon. Okay? He knows the city of Lyon, which is in France. He knows it. He knows where things are. He knows the busy streets. Il connaît un bon restaurant. He knows a good restaurant. Okay? Like, he's familiar with a good restaurant. Same how in English we say that, right? Like, oh, I know a really good place in Knoxville. No, as in connaître. Now, savoir has a few different sort of constructions that you'll see that will help you know that it's savoir. Basically, savoir is used with, like, a fact, you know. Okay, so you can see in this little illustration, connaître is a person and a place. Versus savoir, which is like what things are, facts, or like how to play the guitar maybe, and what is a vase. Savoir, you can use it by itself. Say, je sais, I know. Je sais. Mon frère ne sait pas. My brother doesn't know. Sorry, something's about to start playing. We have to stop it. That's your last video. My apologies. Je sais, I know. So you can use savoir by itself. So if someone's like, hey, remember you need to do your homework. Je sais, I know. Or if I ask you, hey, do you remember any of the object pronouns I taught you a couple videos ago? You might say, je ne sais pas, I don't know. Then the construction savoir and then que. Savoir que, to know that. For example, je sais que tu parles français. Je sais que tu parles français. I know that you speak French. I know that you speak French. Also, savoir si. To know if. Sais-tu si Paul a une moto? Sais-tu si Paul a une moto? Do you know if Paul has a motorcycle? Do you know? To know if. Okay? And then savoir plus interrogative expression. Like, so to know what, to know where, to know who, to know how, any of those. There are a bunch. So, je sais où tu habites. I know where you live. Je sais qui a téléphoné. I know who called. Right? So the interrogative expression here is the question word and everything after it. Où tu habites, where you live. Qui a téléphoné, who called. Je ne sais pas comment je dois répondre. I don't know how I can respond, I can answer. I don't know how I can answer. Je ne sais pas pourquoi Claire ne vient pas. I don't know why Claire isn't coming. Okay, and then finally, savoir plus infinitive. The one I just told you about. Nous savons jouer aux jeux vidéo. We know how to play video games. We know how to play video games. Okay, so these are situations where you would use savoir. And that is the end of our notes. So let's look at your practice. As you might have been able to guess, is practicing choosing between connaître and savoir. So, complete the following phrases with the appropriate form of connaître or savoir. So, you're practicing conjugating them, yes, but you're also practicing when do I use connaître and when do I use savoir. It is going to be helpful to look back at this section of the video so you can look for these words, que, si, any question word, and an infinitive. If it's followed by those things, it's going to be savoir. So let's look. Catherine, blank, Jean-Marc. Okay. Jean-Marc is a person, right? So it's going to be connaître. So you just conjugate connaître for Catherine. Mais elle ne, blank, pas où il habite. Okay? So pas is part of the negative expression, so we're going to ignore it and look at the next word, which is où. Where he lives. Okay? Where is the question word? That's an interrogative expression. So in this blank, we'll use savoir. And that's all you need to do. As long as you are looking kind of at the next word, you will be okay. Although some of these will try to trick you. But as long as you look at the word directly after, you will be okay. If it's a person or a place, it's connaître. If it's anything else, it's savoir. Alright, there's a way to check your answers down here at the bottom, but this section, this practice, is pretty much exactly like a section on your quiz. So it is important that you do well. If you do poorly and need extra practice, let me know. I will give you some. With that, au revoir. I will see you in your quiz prep video.